crazy seeing you here. Nah,
The day's finally come.
I know.
But what have you been doing today?
So for me, I've helped my parents like cook some food. We did like a barbecue outside. It was good. And then later today, I'm gonna probably go for like a late night bike ride.
Oh, so you're at your parents' house now.
Yeah, I'm at my grandparents' house right now.
Ah, okay, yeah, because you've been traveling around. I'm like, wait, what? Your parents got two houses, or?
Yeah.
But you wanna get started with it, or
Yeah, for sure. All right. So, do you have some stuff like you have like an idea that you want to like talk about, or do I
yeah,
just go like free flowing?
I was gonna ask, like, it doesn't have to be one thing, but what kind of got you on the path of just general self improvement, not just fitness, but just generally wanting to improve yourself? What kind of pushed you?
So something that really pushed me, I'd say, was probably I could actually contribute a lot of my like why I got fit to like one night where it was like
Yeah.
I saw this video on Instagram. It was like this like crazy edit. It got me motivated. I like go to do some push-ups. I'm at like 23 push-ups. I want to do 25 and I can't do 25. And I was like, dude, that's insane. I should be at least able to do 25 base minimum. But then after that, like this was like 2 years ago. So like my sophomore year. And then ever since then, I've been doing like 100 push-ups before I go to sleep at night. So that was like literally like one of the nights. There's like a bunch more stuff, but that's what really made me start like working out a little more consistently.
Damn, 100%. See, and you've been doing that till now
Yeah, yeah. Well, now I could just like drop down and crank out 60 easily, 80 if I push myself.
in a row.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh wait, I remember you done 500 not too long ago.
Yeah, yeah,
Remember
yeah.
you done 500? It was on your story.
Yeah, it was, it
Yeah.
was.
With me, with me, not gonna lie, I don't. It's actually kind of a blur what actually motivated me. But
Mm,
one key thing would probably be David Goggins. You watch
that's
much of
true.
David Goggins?
Yeah, yeah. Dude, those edits, bro, seeing him run. That also got me running too, I'm not gonna lie. That made me like start my first
Yeah.
5Ks.
Your first, do you remember like your very first, like, do you remember how you felt? Did you do good, or were you actually, you had bad stamina?
Oh no, I mean, I finished the race. I forced myself to finish the race, but I remember what time I got. I got 28 minutes, and I felt like complete shit afterwards. I just felt just, and the recovery time too. It was like crazy. It was like 3, 4 days of like just like general like tiredness, soreness. It was crazy. But after that, though, I pushed myself and it became sort of like a staple. So every year now I run like a 5K, and the fastest time I ever got was 21 minutes and 59 seconds.
Oh, yo, we're actually close. Mine was 22 something.
Oh shit.
Uh, but wait, you done a race? I thought it was just you going out and just running around somewhere, but you went to a whole ass race.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because low key, it's a lot easier doing it with people that like pace you. Because when you see someone like just ahead of you, your pace just increases. I mean, when you're running alone, really, now that's the real mind game. But when you run with other people, it's much easier because
Yeah,
you get like that uplift of people that are better than you.
yeah, that does, yeah, that does happen. I've actually done a 4.8 kilometer race,
Mhm.
and it was it wasn't on the pavement. It was just like this park, and we had our spikes on and everything. But nah, the weather was bad. The floor was muddy as hell, and probably one of, like, in terms of feeling, probably one of the worst races I've had.
Ha.
But after the race, I actually felt really accomplished. Probably the most accomplished I felt from all my races, and my family was there too. They were watching me. They were cheering me on and everything. But yeah,
Yeah. I mean,
this
that's
is
low key
yeah,
like
that's
a
good.
top 10 moment.
I don't do much. Oh, it's crazy. I
Mm.
actually had so much to ask, but my mind's a blur right now.
Yeah. I know when you sit down, it's a little harder to think about it on the spot. But I mean, just take things step by step. Whatever you want to talk about, wherever you want to go, we'll take this conversation wherever. There's no like criteria to talk about.
Mm, okay. Wait, I'm actually like this isn't something I was gonna ask, but I'm actually it just came up to me right now. Do you remember how we met? Because I actually forgot. I
Um,
actually forgot.
I'm pretty sure I still do. So I think I came across one of your videos on my For You page once or twice. I think I commented like, "Yo, good work, keep it up." And then like we
Yeah.
just talked a little bit in the comments and then we like followed each other. Now I talked to one of my friends about this too, Guillermo.
Yeah.
Um, I was wondering, I was like, bro, like he's like, yo, Wakemo just like liked my story. I was like, bro, I know that guy. He's like really chill. And he's like, he came apparently from his comment section. But I mean, dude, it's like that crazy question where it's like, yo, how did we meet? And it's like, it's just, we just knew each other.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie. Actually, most of your friends, followers, one after I got you, it just one after the other. It was
Mm,
Hayden, and then nah, I forgot the others' names, but I just met them one after the other. Like I would get recommended, and whenever I'm on your post, I'll see their comments in it. I'm like, oh, let me press on this account, let me
mm,
check it out. But in my memory, I don't remember it like that. I remember as you in a just random post, you commented something, and I liked your comment, and then I found your page. I thought I followed you first.
hmm I mean, dude, it definitely was in a comment section somewhere. Like I
Yeah,
knew it came from like a comment section somewhere, but just thinking about like when, dude, it'd be crazy if we could find that first post, like
yeah.
screenshot
Nah, I
that.
don't think
That
so.
would be
I don't think.
crazy.
Okay. Okay. I got another question for you. Do you take supplements? Uh,
No, I do not. It's a lot of my friends take like protein powder, creatine. Even that, I don't know. Like my dad's a chef. Like his job is like cooking and teaching people how to cook. So I asked him
yeah.
about it. He told me like it's better to eat like eggs, steak instead of taking supplements. I thought about it. I thought about taking creatine. I thought about taking maybe protein powder. But literally, I'm also proud to say where it's like I've never taken pre-workout, I've never taken protein powder, I've never taken
Okay.
creatine. Everything's just like meat, eggs, vegetables, exercise, and will.
Natural, everything natural. I mean, technically, protein and creatine are still natural too, but
Hmm
yours is just the elite natural.
Yeah.
Nah, I take creatine and protein.
hmm
Um, and I don't know how people can go. Like, it's just crazy. It's hard to meet your, especially protein. Forget about creatine, just protein. It's hard to meet your protein goals with
Yeah.
food. I mean, unless you're hella wealthy, but most people, nah, it's actually pretty difficult. So having the protein powder there helps a lot.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely understand that, like supplementing, like where you've got to hit. But I'm not gonna lie. When people ask me like about like what I eat, how I work out, I'll be honest. The workouts, they've become
Mm,
more structured now, but before it was like I sort of go in the gym, I do a little bit of like what I want, but I do it as hard as possible. That was sort of like the rule. But and then from there too, it's like, do I track my calories? I've never tracked a calorie. Like I'm hungry, I eat. I'm full, I don't. It's sort of like
yeah,
it.
nah,
Yeah, I mean, my dad too, as I said, he's a chef, so he cooks really good food. So I really have a great opportunity and advantage by my dad being a chef, so we always get good meals, high quality.
you're blessed you are. Wait, so are you like maintaining, cutting, bulking, or you just just going along. You don't really care too much. Just train. Is that it? Or
A little bit like that. There was like some phases of bulking and cutting. For example, for wrestling, I had to cut down. I think I got like when I got my body fat percentage tested by the nurse, it was 9%. I think that's like where I was. And then, but now I'm weighing in like
nine
a little
percent?
heavier. Yeah, 9%. She like did like the pinch testing.
No, you were single digits.
Hmm. That was
When was this
crazy.
again? When was it?
That was November. November, yeah.
So when did you actually start getting into the gym?
So I'd probably say like a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years.
So was it with someone or just you?
A lot of it was just me, just recently. Like by me being outgoing and like talking to people, and even just this personal branding stuff has helped me like talk to people. Just recently, like within these last 4 months of high school, I've met so many people, like teachers, like the opportunities I've had just by talking and showing what I do instead of just keeping
Yeah.
quiet, just keeping to myself, keeping my head down, doing the stuff, putting the earbuds in. Like just talking to people has gotten me so much more opportunities and connections and friends too. So
So
yeah,
you'd say you were more, you kept more to yourself back then than now.
yes.
You're active talking to everyone, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
know, the difference between me and you that I just picked up right now. When I started the gym, I actually had my cousin. Uh, it was crazy. So this is how it happened. Me and him, well, this is how I remember it. Me and him, I was at his house and we were just casually talking about, yo, why don't we go gym? You know what I mean? We should go gym sometime. This was, I think almost 2 years ago or 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, basically we were just talking, and then the next week we actually go gym. Like he talks with his dad, and he's telling his dad you know, about the gym, asking him if he can get the membership and everything. And I'm talking with my older sister, and I'm like, "Can you get me the membership?" And a whole week later, we actually go gym, and not gonna lie, we were both kind of excited and intimidated. But our first 2 days of going gym, they were perfect. We entered. There was this staff. I'm not sure, but they were basically showing us. We didn't have this like induction thing or whatever where the staff actually walks you around. We just went in, and they just happened to be a staff who was showing us a few things. The next day, one of my cousin's boys was there, and he was actually showing us what to do, how to do this, how to do that, technique, everything. And it was just amazing. We had a really good time, and ever since then, we try to link up 3 times a week. Obviously, back then we weren't as consistent, but we try 3 times a week. I'll go to his area, and then yeah, we just go on from there, go gym, work out, go, and I'd go home to his house. Then late at night, I'd leave back to my home. So I find it insane that you started gym on your ones, because that's actually a lot more difficult, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot more difficult. I can't imagine myself going gym on my own. That's why I just do calisthenics. I find it so much easier.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. I mean, definitely going to the gym, especially the way I was going. Before I used to live a lot of like off of like motivation, like just crazy like loud songs. But then I sort
Yeah.
of like it sort of like slowly transitioned. And it was like now it's like, oh, this is like I get more experience, I learn, I see from my mistakes, I know form now. And then like and calisthenics for me really has been in my life ever since I was like a baby. Like I used to always climb like up like the park swings, like climb
Yeah.
up the tree, hang with one arm, act like I was about to fall, and then I just like do a pull up. Like
Nah. Ever since you was a kid, climb trees. So wait, you can climb trees, like actually climb trees.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You remind me of another friend I have. Oh, yo, this is actually one of the few things that really got me into calisthenics.
Hmm.
Basically, this was okay. I just finished at 11 now. So this was when I was in year 8, basically. One of my friends, we went to the park. It wasn't to work out or anything. We just chilling. And you know the monkey bars.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was doing I don't know what he was doing. He was just doing bare stuff, putting his leg here, putting his arm there, going above, like just standing on the monkey bars. Yeah, he was doing all sorts, and he was like, I should give it a shot. I couldn't do half of what he could do, but obviously he was helping me. I was too scared to do any of them. Not because like I didn't have the courage, and I did have the courage, but the things he was doing, you actually do need strength. Like in terms of just general body weight strength, I didn't have that. Well, not as much as I do now then. So I knew that if 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 I tried to do whatever he done, I'd most likely slip and fall. So yeah, I didn't do it. But by the end of the day, I was imagining who I could be because I was just seeing him, and it just really made me think like I need to actually train. And yeah, ever since then, I made that habit. That's actually the first park I started working out at. Yeah, I'll just do regular pull-ups, monkey bars, whatever.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's really good. Having that backstory. I mean, that's just seeing that like comparison, from like what you can do and like what your friend can do. I mean, that's a really good motivator, I'm not gonna lie. I've had like a lot of moments like that where it's like I see someone do something and I'm like, dude, I want to do that so bad. And it's crazy seeing like other people do stuff you think that like is like almost impossible and it seems easy for them. And dude, that's a great motivator for work.
Mm-mm. Going back to what you were saying, you were active since you were a kid, right?
Mhm.
It was not like that for me. Apart from just being a kid and running around, I wasn't active. I was indoors most of the time. I didn't actually play outside, go play football with the kids or anything like that. At home, just watching shows. And then once I was like later in the years, it was you watch anime. You do you?
I do watch some, yeah, yeah. A lot of it, I'm not gonna lie, I'll be honest, it's from like clips.
Yeah, okay. But nah, I was an anime freak, man. I watched over 500 animes back then. It was crazy.
Hmm.
Um, nah, I was just on the anime, but yeah, I was indoor most of the time. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually kind of grateful for it. You know why?
Hmm.
Most of the shows I did start off with, sort of like Dragon Ball, for example. You seen that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Naruto. You just see the characters getting stronger. They're getting better every few episodes or so, and there's actually morals and like teachings in the show. It gets deep sometimes. Obviously, as a kid, I didn't get the deep moments as well as I do now, but it hit me. And some days I would just go crazy. I would have I would have it in me to just to just be active in general and forget fitness. I would sometimes copy or imitate what some of the characters would do. So if they were hella chill, I'd just be hella chill that day. I don't know, but
Hmm.
it was sort of like that. Eventually I came out of my cocoon, and I was out and about, but majority of my life, nah, I kept to myself. Yeah.
Hmm.
What what would you say you're most grateful for? Top 5 things you're most grateful for. You
Um,
know what? Not top five, just 5 things you're grateful for.
you know what? I think like
Yeah.
I'd probably say the biggest one for me was traveling since I was young. And also my parents being teachers, they had 2 months off for summer. So during those 2 months, ever since I was like 3 years old, I've been traveling around the world. I must admit that opened my eyes. Like traveling, dude, I went to Australia, I've been to Korea, I've been to China, Italy, all over Europe. Dude, it's insane. Like New Zealand, it was, dude, that traveling, I'm not gonna lie, opened my
Yeah.
eyes to there's more than just what's inside the small town with what my friends know, with what I see online. Like, dude, that just really opened my eyes, like opened my mind to like, oh, there's different cultures and like all this like pressure too that we think is so important, like that we like even center our lives around in
Mm.
another country, like 1,000 miles away from where you live, they don't even think about it. Like it's so different and it's crazy. Like here in the Czech Republic, like for example, I talk to people about like just some like stuff like values or like I'm like, yo, it's much easier too to make friends here because everyone's like much more. It's much easier to talk to people. They're much more understanding. Like where I'm from in America, everyone's like on their phones with their headphones in, so it's really hard to like
Mm.
approach just a stranger and talk to them. And also, I always have like the fear that I'm gonna just be like perceived as a weirdo or like a creep, or it's like oh, I'm looking at someone and like if they look up, it's like oh. You just like avoid eye
Ah,
contact.
yeah,
It's and then you just get in your own head. You overthink everything. You think what
yeah.
they think about you that you're thinking about them. Like it's too much noise. It's too much noise. But I'm not gonna lie, that traveling really opened my eyes and like talking to people too. Jeez, dude, talking to people showed me that the fears I had are irrational. A lot of them are.
Okay,
Mm. So I think for the next thing that I'd say I'm grateful for, it'd probably be this is a little more niche one, but where I went to preschool because the preschool teacher that I had, she was really great. Like she really taught me like the values of kindness, forgiveness, like what it means sort of, to be human, to be a child. Like I'm not gonna lie, that too, because that question that you ask about like that gratefulness, I think the gratefulness that I
yeah,
have is for who the person I am now. Despite all the
okay,
mistakes and the flaws I have, I was thinking it's like
yeah,
the person I am now, shaped by the things and actions and like times that I've lived through, I feel like is basically unreplicatable for any human, especially now since everyone like think about it too. Like you and me, we didn't start off with
mm.
like the phone age where we're just like a baby watching YouTube. That was more towards our
Oh
like
yeah, nah,
10 years
nah,
old
nah,
for
nah.
us. So
Yeah,
it's crazy that like we're sort of the last generation before that. But
yeah,
I think I must admit too, I think the way I think is really unique. And when I talk to people, I realize how
yeah.
they think is so different from the way I think. It's crazy. So, I mean, I just sometimes too, that's the reason why I keep to myself is because I don't know if everyone can understand like what I mean, what I think. And then I just decide not to talk to people.
Do you ever get that realization that everyone is also alive, just like you,
Yeah.
and they're experiencing things, and it's just weird.
No, 100% it
I
is.
had that just yesterday.
To look
Yeah,
at a stranger and think that they also have a story, to think to look at a stranger and think about like the same time like that you were alive, like they were too, and they probably did
yeah.
stuff and they have a story. And do you think like also I don't know, but it gets really like almost deep, almost like I saw the reel where it's like we all looked at the same moon, like
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
a lot of stuff like that. I'm not gonna lie, has just gotten into my head, like thinking about like how deep it is, and I feel like my only sort of way to express this in a
Mm,
way to like understand without just babbling on is something like almost poetic, something metaphorical, something that like is like you interpret it yourself. And I think that's the pure interpretation of like what I mean. Of like that everyone's like really their own lives, their conscious, which is weird sometimes. Even when you look at yourself in the mirror, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna
yeah.
probably do that. I saw this like one challenge, I actually wrote it down. It's like a guy that stared in a mirror for like an hour and just like looked at himself. It's crazy to be like,
Just looking at stuff.
yeah, you just there's someone behind those eyes that it's not just you. Sometimes I look down at my hands and I'm like, yo, it's weird. It gets really
Yeah.
deep. It's almost philosophical, but it's crazy to think that way.
Nah, but if I'm gonna be honest, looking at myself in the mirror, it gets creepy sometimes.
It does. Yeah.
Especially especially in my sister's room, because where her bed is, I can literally just see myself from her wardrobe mirror. And usually I'm at her room when it's dark, and she's not around. She's either night shifts or whatever. And I'm just there in her room, and obviously I have the screen light on me, but it's enough for me to see a good portion of my body. I can see my face clearly, and it's just hella scary, bro. I don't know, but apparently, if you look in the mirror during the night, when you have at least some form of light on you, and there's shadows on your face, all around your face, little shadows.
Hmm.
Um, Something happens in your mind. I don't know, just the way you see things. Your face can start to just muddle up if you constantly look without blinking. If you just stare at yourself, and
Hmm.
that's basically what I was doing. I came across it now. There's actually so many other things that I learned after searching it up, but yeah, it's crazy.
Hmm. I mean, I think that like realizing who you are too is like sometimes it's so strange. Also, there's something else
Yeah.
that I'd say I was grateful for was something that
Mm.
that also too really changed my perspective about things. Was there was one time when I was young where I went to a planetarium, and in that
Yeah.
planetarium there was like we went into like a room and there was a bunch of seats all circled around, and you look up and you see just the stars, but it was like a projector screen, like in the middle, like displaying all the stars. And then I sat down, and then they're like, "Okay, welcome to the galaxy. This is the story of who we are." And then it starts like just in a city on Earth in America. That's where we are. And then it like starts like zooming out, and zooming out. And then it says like the Earth was formed over 7 billion years ago. It really shows like it goes back in time. It goes back in time. It shows Earth, and then it shows like it zooms out of Earth. Then it shows like the other planets. Then it shows the solar system. Then it shows like the Milky Way, and then it shows like the galaxy, and then it shows multiple galaxies. It's dude, and I was like maybe like 10 years old. I saw that and I was like, is it really that insignificant?
Yeah.
Like, is what we do, like, does it
Yeah.
matter? So I'm not gonna lie, that sort of like clicked something in me. I was like, holy shit. Like, everything we place so much value, time, and effort on. Like, now it also can't be
Yeah.
confused with like nihilism, which is like just nothing matters. But it's like a
Oh
lot of
yeah.
this stuff matters less than we think it does. That's what I'd say. Especially like it's crazy to think at especially I don't even think us as humans can comprehend like the scale that we're at. That's why we sort of shrink things down and like go back to like what we think, because it's much easier for us to understand. It takes a lot less like brain power to think in small terms within like our own lives than just zoom out and think about that, because it's crazy. It's unfathomable to think at that scale.
You're right. I actually agree with that. I don't go to a planetarium, but just a YouTube video just showing us like
Hmm.
the whole galaxy and everything, and I was just watching it, and no, I thought exactly what you was thinking too. Not at that depth, but something similar. But I was also thinking like it's crazy how smart humans can be. Because if it's all true, it's just crazy. Like how can they see that far? You know what I mean? How
Hmm.
can they see that far? Forget just imagine building a telescope, bro.
Hmm.
Obviously, it happened over a long period of time. It wasn't one person that done it all. is people building on other people's knowledge. But nah, it still fascinates me. And sometimes, you know what? I'm not very academic in it. Like I've been off school, like majority majority of this year anyway. Um, and every time I'd see a device or anything techy, or even buildings sometimes actually. There's some complex buildings, especially when you go to town. You just see, and I would think like, how does someone do this, you know? And then I'd feel dumb or like kinda insignificant. But then that's when thingy comes in. You see, to be honest, if I didn't do the whole fitness thing, I'd feel super mundane, bro. Like what kind of gives me my confidence is
Gives you purpose too.
the fact. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It literally gives me purpose, bro. I feel like I'm still doing something, but I don't want it to just be me doing fitness. I want my fitness to actually help others. It can be
Mhm.
literally like just,
Yeah,
me getting the groceries. I'm stronger, so I can get more groceries.
exactly. Yeah.
But
Carrying the bags. I mean, dude, when we're at an airport carrying a suitcase, someone says, "Can you help me with this?" Opening a jar. Dude, it's applicable to real life.
you're right. But I came across something, Um, I kind of forgot how it goes, but it was practically saying humans are built more or less to thrive through their minds rather than their actual physical abilities.
Mm,
Um, and I was just thinking, like, it does make sense, like in this day and age, we got so many weapons. Wars. People don't even fight it with guns like that. It's
yeah.
usually just bombings, bro.
Mm,
So I'm just thinking like, okay, I got I'm strong physically, I'm well, or just being healthy, bro. You're
mm,
healthy. But does it, like, in the grand scheme of things,
mm.
does it really matter? Does it really make, because think of it, I'm watching like I said, I was watching animes, right? And in those animes, it was all about power, physical strength, or magic abilities, all of them things. But they own it. It's their power. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Um, and low key, that's another thing that motivated me. Seeing that, it pushed me to focus on myself again. But anyways, going back, what, I kind of lost myself, bro. Sorry, I lost myself. I lost myself. But get back to what you were saying. I think you listed three things you're grateful for. It was traveling,
Yeah.
uh, um, talking to people,
Yeah.
and that it was the
Planetarium.
preschool.
Yeah, yeah. Preschool. Yeah.
On the planetarium. Was that part of it?
Yeah, yeah. The talking to people I sort of linked with the planetarium too.
Okay. So two more.
So, let me think. Um, Something else I'd say about me is I'm probably really grateful for the adventurous spirit. I'm not gonna lie, like that willingness and that desire to go outside, which is inherent. It's just the way I am, and that too. I know it's real because I've done it ever since I was young. Like I'll tell you a story of one time where I was in China, where I was at a zoo with my parents, and I really wanted to see the polar bears. So literally, like 3 years old, I just leave my parents. I just start wandering around China, and I like look for the bear zoo exhibit. And luckily, just a Chinese family found me, and they're like, "Oh, where's your parents?" And I'm like, "Oh,
Uh,
I don't know." And so they kept me for a while, and then like I got reunited with my family. But that like I know there's kids where it's like the moment they don't see their parents, they break it down. But for me, that adventurous
yeah,
spirit, like the moment like I did that, and like even like before it, during and after, like it's like this adventurous spirit is who I am. And that story too, since like I was such a young age, it was already in me. Like the moment I could start biking, I always ask my parents for more time. That's the first thing I asked while I started biking. I mean, like I always go further and further and further and just see like where I can go and just do like craziest stuff. But I must admit, I think my traits, like the trait of the willingness to explore, the adventurous spirit, like that calling, that's
Mhm.
probably something I'm really grateful for. Instead of just being like complacent to just be like at home and not willing to go outside because of the potential danger. And dude, I face danger every day. Like some people could see me and see me as a madman because like the things I do, some of them are pretty risky. But
Yeah.
I must admit that thrill of adventure, that calling for adventure, is something I'm really grateful for. So,
Okay, okay.
and
I actually have to ask you. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Ask.
Then I was gonna say, would you skydive?
100%.
Would you skydive?
100%. Yeah.
You would.
Yeah.
Okay, how about bungee jumping?
Bungee jumping too. That seems cool. I do that.
Okay, if you had to pick from the two,
Skydiving.
why?
Um, dude, flying. Flying. That's dude, that's jeez. Dude, when I ride a bike, when I ride my moped, the wind like going through my hair, like dude, that feeling of flight is incredible. So I think that feeling of weightlessness too with flight and the wind going through my hair, dude, geez, that must be an experience. I
Yeah.
want to skydive so bad.
See, I was thinking the same thing, bro, but just actually deep in it for a moment. You know, when it actually comes to it, I've seen videos of people actually they're on the helicopter, right?
Mhm.
And they're at the part where they have to jump off, and you're actually thinking like, yo, I have to actually jump off. The feeling of actually skydiving seems cool, but it's the jumping off bit that's actually scary as hell. But
Mhm.
nah, skydiving. I would like to skydive too, you know. I wouldn't like to bungee jump though. It just doesn't seem worth it to me as much as skydiving. At least with skydiving, even if you did die, say something went wrong, okay? God forbid, but even if you did die, it's a quick death, man. You're just gonna go splat onto the floor. Bungee jumping. I don't know, man. Something happened to your spine. Um, and then there's this feeling that people talk about. Something with your gut. I don't know, but nah, it
Mhm.
just didn't seem that much worth it to me, especially for the thrill too. I'd probably be scared as well, but nah.
Mhm. I mean, I think that feeling is probably like that butterflies in the stomach, that nervousness,
Yeah.
bro. That's stupid ass fly.
What happened?
Bro, there's a fucking fly in this room, bro. I hear it
Uh,
fucking buzzing.
oh, okay. You just reminded me of something. You know,
Mhm.
there was a fly in the living room. This was like I think 3 weeks ago. I got prepared myself tuna, a few snacks. I had my drink. Yeah, I had milk with me, a few snacks and tuna. I was gonna put the TV on and I don't know. I was just gonna watch something. I look, listen. I didn't realize there was a fly in the room. I just left. Right, I left. I went back to the kitchen to do something,
Mhm.
and I come back and there's a fly next to my food. It's not on my food, but vicious in it. Like, has it gone on my food? Um, I obviously shoo the fly away, but I put the TV on. But now the fly is persistent. It keeps landing next to the food on the table. Um, and then at one point it was landing on the crisps or whatever. And I wasn't having it. I actually chased the fly around the living room for at least 20 minutes. Not actually chased it, but we just walked in the living room. You there?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the living room. My living room ain't that big, but I was after that fly, and I didn't actually get it, bro. I didn't get it,
Bro, it's like
and
Saitama, bro.
Saitama. Oh, you watch One Punch Man?
Yeah, I know the clip where this fucking mosquito.
Yeah, but I don't manage to kill the fly. I went to my sister's room, and by this point, half an hour's passed. Yeah, I'm talking to my sister. I'm actually asking her, should I have the food? Because the fly went on it. Like, I don't know if it has, but it might have. And she's telling me, just have the food anyway. But yeah, this is just something you reminded me about. That day I was
Hmm,
actually pissed off. Hella pissed off. I was gonna eat. Half an hour passed. My food gone cold. But yeah,
hmm.
what are you gonna do about your fly situation now?
If I catch it lacking, I'm gonna smack it. But for now, he's left me in peace.
You're gonna smack it with your skin, with your own hand. No, that can't be me.
Yeah.
Would you say you're scared of spiders?
Arachnophobia, partially. But the places I've went, I've had to trudge through a lot of cobwebs and worse stuff. So I'm not gonna lie to you.
Mm,
When I set my bar like this high for like crazy intense stuff I do, stuff like here isn't scary. So
yeah, yeah. Okay. Nah, I'm hella scared of spiders, man. I'm hella. You know what I was thinking? If I get kids, I want to like put it in their heads that spiders are a good thing, because that's how I got fear of spiders. My
yeah.
sibling, my older sister, and the people around me, whenever they see a spider, they'd react a certain way, like making it seem hella dangerous. And so did I. And obviously, it just looks disgusting sometimes, anyway. But
Yeah.
my kids, I'm gonna like put it in them that this is a good thing. Like, just feel it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they eat
Um,
mosquitoes. They're good. Don't kill them.
exactly. And then whenever we have a spider situation, they'll go grab it and throw it away. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
You don't understand how scared I am, bro. Uh I spent like 10 minutes. This is crazy. I spent 10 minutes talking to a spider one time. Um like I was shouting at it, telling it why it was here. I don't know, man, but yeah. My mom came afterwards and she was shouting at me, telling me what she didn't know what I was saying. I was talking to spider in English. My mom doesn't speak English very well, and she was just confused. It was late at night too, and she told me to go back to my room. But that's the thing. I don't know where the spider's gonna go after. I like to know where it is so that you know what I mean. I'm prepared when I go. But yeah,
Hmm. That's fun. You gotta sleep with a bottle of Raid underneath your pillow. So you're ready.
but luckily my room doesn't have much many spiders.
Hmm.
Nah. All right. Last thing you're grateful for.
Oof. Last thing. Um, this is
Anything
similar.
small, big.
This is probably like a bigger type of gratitude. It's similar to the perspective thing and how I think, but this is a little like on the same side. But so what it is, it's my dream. I think the ability to have a vision, like being able to see the grand scheme of things, saying like this is what I actually want, because for such a long time I
Yeah.
never really knew what I wanted, but now I think I have a much clearer picture of what it would be. So I think that dream, also hope too, drive too, that's really important. I think those things are like really important. They're sort of the things that make us human. I mean, but I'm happy that I have them and they're not dulled.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I just heard the
I can't
car.
hear you whatsoever. You cut out for me. Sorry. I actually
Can,
couldn't hear you. For
can you hear me now?
yeah, can you repeat what you were saying?
Yeah, yeah. So I was saying something that I was grateful for. I would say was probably be my vision. So it's something that I could like look forward to and I see pretty vividly now. Because for such a long time I was just wandering. I always felt like I didn't really know what I wanted to do. But I must admit now I have a much clearer picture of what it is. So that dream and that goal is something I'd probably be grateful for, especially the hope to keep going, the persistence and grit to do it. But I think like, I mean, there are things that make us human, but I'm grateful for it that it's like not dulled and that I have the persistence to keep going with it.
Would you say your dream is something like it doesn't really ever stop? It's something you keep chasing for the rest of your life.
Yeah, yeah. And sort of guess what? The funny thing is that the dream isn't what you're chasing. Like the chasing it is the dream.
Oh, okay. Chasing it is the dream. Do you make that yourself, or you got that from somewhere?
Nah, I just made that up right now. I just thought about it and it made sense to say it.
Well, I appreciate that. It's
You know,
my turn now.
I might write that down. I'm gonna write that down.
Oh wait, you know what? Why doesn't that be the next quote?
Hmm.
Wait, yeah, that should be the next quote.
Yeah, yeah.
The next quote of the week
Oh, yeah, yeah.
by
Loki?
Grechxr.
Yo,
Yeah.
that's actually a great idea. I could make the quote myself. I didn't think about that, yo. Great idea. Great idea, yo. We'll shout you out.
Alright, alright. Okay, now 5 things I'm grateful for. Alright, the first thing, um, it's gonna have to be my cousin, bro. If he is watching this, shout out to Ismail. But
Hmm.
yeah, that's one thing I'm hella grateful for. And I'm gonna say this because he's like a big part of back to fitness talk. He's like a major reason that he's basically helped me get to where I am. Like not like sort of indirectly basically, but he's helped. We would talk every now and then, sharing just just talking to each other about our improvements. He would tell me, "Yo, I've gotten stronger in this aspect, or I'm kind of feeling weak this way." And it's nice to have someone to just talk to about anything. But obviously, we didn't talk about anything. It was mostly fitness related or show related. But when it was fitness related, it was really nice. And he was cutting. I was bulking. Okay, at the time we weren't actually cutting or bulking. We're just working out. But just being with him helped me a lot because I'm someone that actually kind of needs someone there to want to do whatever it is. I'm
Hmm.
not usually the type of person to go out of my way to do something on my own.
Hold
I
you
say,
accountable.
yeah, but yeah, that's one thing I'm grateful for.
Hmm.
Not gonna lie, bro. I feel like I could have said more. I feel like I could have said more and better too. But yeah, another thing I'd be grateful for. Uh, another thing. Sorry, I'm experiencing this again, where my
Hmm.
mind just goes blank, bro. You ask yourself a question, something you could answer any other time, but my mind just goes blank. Okay, um, this one again, David Goggins. It is kind of a blur, but he forget running. Just whenever I want to do something kind of scary, or I have just a lack of motivation for whatever it is, or I'm feeling anxious, bro, to do something, or just I'm just feeling anxious. I would sometimes literally go on YouTube, search up David Goggins, and it's those edits in it,
Hmm.
and watch it, and then either he's talking or just an edit of him saying, who's gonna carry the boats, the logs, and all of that. But nah, I'm just watching it, and then I see his accomplishments, and I'm like, he's human just like me, and it just really motivates me. There was literally a time, um, I was gonna do something, and there was a chance that I would fall and actually hurt myself. But I said, flip it, bro. I'ma just do it anyway. If I fall, I fall. And I had David Goggins the edit on max. I had my earphones in on max, bro. And I just felt like I just let go, and I did fall, but it was totally worth it. And in general, what David Goggin has done for me, it's running. He's what got me into running. Um, I feel like a lot of people can relate to this one, but yeah, he got me into running. Like before, I wasn't that interested in running, but after watching him, I gave it a try, and I actually had super bad. Like I had really bad stamina. I wasn't that athletic. Um, so I was humbled basically. It was at school actually. We had this PE session where we had to run a few laps or something. And yeah, I was. Do you ever get this feeling where you kind of like taste blood at the back of your throat?
Yeah,
You get
yeah,
that?
it's super raspy and dry.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I was basically getting that. I didn't even do that much. But what I did do was a few days later, I would go to my local park. I wasn't even running, bro. I was just doing just walks around the park. But I was walking for a long time and it was pretty fast paced. And then eventually, a few days later, I was jogging. And then eventually, I was running. And then after the point where I was running, I was locked in with David Coggins, bro. I was actually watching his videos, ones with Joe Rogan, you know.
Hmm.
And yeah, that's about it, to be honest.
Hmm.
That's two things I'm grateful for. Third thing I'm grateful for. You see, as with you, I don't actually have. Well, yeah, I don't really have like a dream. You know, I'm still kind of figuring it out. I don't actually know what I want.
Totally
Um,
understandable.
but I'm just glad that I started my journey. So I'm on my journey right now, working out every day basically. But I'm glad I took that day one and
Hmm.
actually put it up on my story
Yeah.
because over time, like there was a stage where I didn't actually want to carry on, but because I had put it up and I wrote like day this, day that, it was like I got kind of a few things. My viewers back then, it was just people that knew me, like people that actually knew me that were close to me. So I was like, bro, they'll see that I just gave up after this many days. Come on now. So yeah, I'll just carry on. And then there was a point where I made progress and I genuinely enjoyed it. And at this point, it was sort of a habit, to be honest. I don't have to think, oh, today I'm going to be doing this, I'm going to be doing that. Nah, it was just,
Just part of it now.
yeah, basically. Um, but then there was a period after that. It was all fun and everything. But there's a period where, I don't know. I don't know. It was just bothering me. I don't know what. I think it was just how I was feeling outside of it. Sometimes things outside of whatever it is you're doing can affect whatever it is you're doing.
Hmm.
So, so something from school or something from family can affect something totally not relevant, right? So I think I was going through one of them ones, but nah, I wasn't feeling it. But again, the one thing that really pushed me was the fact that I put it out there. There were people that were seeing, and there were people that actually did come to me and ask me for advice on like how to start, what to do, or if they could train with me. And I felt like a role model to some of them. So I didn't want to just quit there, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm glad that I took that day one and actually had the courage to just put it up because, nah, to be honest, I wouldn't. Courage wasn't that much of a big thing for me. I didn't actually see it as much the very first time. I just thought it as whatever, right? But yeah.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, another thing. Another thing. Okay, yo, I'm actually, I'm actually grateful for you. You know,
Hmm.
I'm
Thank
actually
you.
grateful for you, and here's why. Here's why. So when I met you, you weren't actually Grechxr.
Hmm.
You were you
Just
were
me,
just
buddy.
you. Like yeah, you were just you. That was when you were still um you were competing, I think,
Yeah.
weren't you?
Yeah, for
Yeah.
wrestling.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um but over time you was Grechxr, and that's when like we actually started bonding more. Like we were actually talking to each other.
Hmm.
But you posting because I didn't post at least nothing fitness related before your Grechxr account was established. So seeing you um with your personal brand just posting, it wasn't, you were sometimes giving advice or just talking about yourself, what you're going through, but I knew it wasn't easy because I could see it in your posts. Like I could just see it, how difficult it was. um Over time you were actually doing really good. Like I didn't see much struggle.
Pas maintenant. Et même si était fatigué très peu, peut-être seulement 5 minutes, mais parce que autrement on ne le fait jamais. Oui?
What? Mhm. Sorry, it's my grandma.
Nah, that's fine, that's fine. What was I saying, bro? What was the last thing you heard me say?
Um, Sort of when I started posting consistent with Grechxr and how you saw that it was hard. That's where we, and I don't know why. And then I just got kicked out the meeting.
Yeah, but it just spoke to me. I was like, he could do it. I could see you trying. um you tried to post every day for 30 days, didn't you?
Yes.
So there were days where you weren't very consistent, but you actually tried and I could see it, and I was like, she's trying, and why can't I? So I went ahead and yeah, I just recorded a long video of me working out and posted the most of it. Like actually posted it, not on my story, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
And then from there on it got easier and easier, and I'm thankful for it because I have like a few posts out now. Actually, not a few. I have quite a lot now, and this might spark into something bigger later on. So yeah, that's what I'm grateful for. You
Thank you.
actually helped me get through something that I didn't think I could actually do.
Yeah. I just want to show that, like, if you're determined and you have, like, unrelenting focus, that anything is possible.
Mm.
Because I realize, too, that, like, I, I know what I do is hard, and I knew it was hard when I started, but dude, it's just, I realized, like, I just gotta, like, stay consistent with something, obsess over it, and just I know it will work out. And like even right now, like this is sort of like reaffirming to me like the fact that we're talking, the fact that like right next to me I have like the Grechxr card. Like this is now like physically in my hands. This is like I'm talking to you, I'm listening to what you're saying, and like seeing how this like positively affected you, seeing how like even you like seeing your consistency. Like dude, every time like on my story I see like, oh, you just ran like 5 kilometers. Like this is day 21. You're like doing pull-ups. It's like, dude, okay, yeah, he's being consistent. Now I got to be consistent too. See, and it's almost hand in hand. It's like what you do motivates me, and that motivates you to keep going. So now it's just it's a positive spiral forward.
You know what? Okay, with me seeing you, it's more like try something that scares you, like uh, I guess more out there online socially, because
Mhm.
just posting in general is just something I didn't see myself doing, and I'm guessing with you seeing me, it's just general, seeing the consistency, like it motivates another person when they see someone else
Oh yeah,
being
100%.
consistent. Yeah. So yeah, like you said, we both helping each other. I think I said 4 things I'm grateful for.
Mm.
Did I?
I think that
Uh,
was
3 or 4, bro. Wait, hold on. My cousin David Goggins.
yep.
Oh, nah, and then
So that's
you,
three.
and then uh, starting my journey.
Oh yeah, that's right. Actually,
Okay, my thing. Fifth thing I'm grateful for. If I'm being like obviously, I'm grateful for so many things. Like even being able to like be in a house, bro.
hmm
Because I'm on Instagram pretty often, and there's this whole thing happening with uh inside Palestine, Gaza,
hmm
and I'm just getting these reels and people asking like to help them donate, go on their GoFundMe and everything,
hmm
and it's just crazy. I'm seeing someone else, another a whole another place in the world, and they're actually suffering, and I'm just here chilling. I'm worried about I'm worried about how am I gonna what am I gonna no. Usually, okay, you know what? I'm just worried about what am I gonna do today? Like, what am I gonna what one of the things, what am I gonna work out on today? Because right now I don't actually have structure. Every day I just think, what am I gonna do? Sometimes I'm like, I hit legs. I'm just gonna go to the park, do some pull-ups. But a lot of the time that does stress me out because I genuinely do not know what to do. And I don't want to spam something way too much either. But there's another person in the world that doesn't think that whatsoever. They're just thinking, yo, what am I gonna eat now, bro? I don't I just go to the kitchen. I'm like, yo, okay, here's this. I'm just gonna eat it, you know what I mean?
hmm
Um that probably wasn't the greatest example I gave with me, but yeah.
No, but I actually sort of have like my theory for this because I think it's the idea of where you set your baseline. Like think about it. A rich kid, like when you see the spoiled rich kids, you're like, how the hell are they like how do they want more? They already have everything. Or if you're like, dude, if I was him, I would do this. But like and for people that are like less lucky than you, because I think that like everyone's baseline sits on somewhere. Also, I like the analogy of like if every day was a holiday, no day would be
Mm,
special, right? So I think like depending on like where your baseline is, everything else is in like relation to that baseline. Like which also like would help explain how like people who are less fortunate than you, they have like much different concerns which other people could see like irrational or very unlucky. Or people like that are like super rich, they have like these like concerns where you're like that doesn't even make sense, right?
yeah. I'm just thinking, hold on.
hmm
The fifth and final. Well, actually, can we come back to it later on?
Yeah, yeah,
Can we
sure.
come back to it later on? Yeah, okay. I actually had something come to me right now. I can't believe you actually went to China, Like, when you were listing the places you've been to.
hmm
When I heard China, I was like, damn, you've been to China. I don't know why it is, but I'm just thinking like you've been to China. So have you been China only once or twice or?
So I've been to China only once. I still do remember snippets of it, but it was when I was very young, maybe like 5 years old. But I do remember I have I have like snippets of memory, just little like blips of things that I remember. It's like for example, I remember when we were walking through like the streets, and I remember like there was like a hill going up, and there was like a restaurant up there. I also remember
Yeah.
like while we were walking on the sidewalks, how there were like the big things like out of the ground that were like to stop the cars, like made out of metal, shiny metal. I remember that. It's funny. Apparently, I even went to like a daycare there, and I apparently spoke a little bit of Chinese too. Which now it's like speak Chinese is just like what? Like apparently, that's what my parents told me. They said that like I went to like a daycare for like a week, and I started to speak a little bit of Chinese.
I cannot imagine you speaking
Hmm.
Chinese.
That was crazy too when they told me that. I was like, what?
Wait, so what do you speak?
So I speak English, French, Spanish, and Czech.
You speak Spanish.
Sí, ya me puedo hablar un poco español.
Okay. Where do you learn that? Family
So,
or?
I could say in Spanish if you want. All right. So, but a lot of my friends, they spoke Spanish, and like a lot of their parents only spoke in Spanish. So, I mean, I had a good friend, Christian and Andres Mendoza. Their parents only spoke Spanish. So I sort of like, I really refined my Spanish by talking to them. I also went to Mexico too. A lot of my family speaks Spanish too, and also my mom's a Spanish and French teacher, so she helped learn. And finally, I also learned Spanish throughout middle school.
You know, um, I've actually wanted to learn Japanese, but I realized how difficult it is.
Hmm.
It was back when I used to watch anime. I just wanted to understand because one tricky thing was usually it's the sub. No,
Dub.
it's just the Jap. Wait, to them it's dub, obviously.
Yeah.
Me sub, but um, just the Japanese version of the anime just comes out, and
Hmm.
I I want to just be able to understand it, and I wanted to actually visit Japan too. There's a point where I just wanted to go to Japan. Um, but I didn't actually really try to learn it. But I went on YouTube and I was just searched up like how do you learn Japanese and everything. And when I was watching it, there was just this one guy talking about how learning Japanese was one of the difficult languages that, like, just personally, he's found that one of the most difficult to learn compared to the other many languages he's learned. And I was like, yeah, bro, I ain't got time to be learning Japanese, bro. And realistically, I did have time, but nah.
Low key. I think like if I could give some advice, I think
Yeah.
try making it part um of like maybe almost routine, but not just that. I mean like reducing friction that's like required to learn it. For example, like maybe like try like Duolingo. Maybe try like when you watch the anime, watch it
Mm,
on watch it on so watch it on
sub.
sub, but
Yeah.
turn off the subtitles and just guess from the context like what they're saying. And then maybe rewatch the episode with the subtitles now and be like, "Oh, that's what they actually mean." And maybe you start
Mm.
recognizing like patterns, maybe you start recognizing keywords like just like just just stuff because like there's a lot of stuff that they like use like for us there's our typical day words. Then there's a specific words, but we don't use those as much. But
Okay.
if you could start doing it and reducing friction and learning without thinking about it, then it's much easier to do and maintain too, because you're reducing the friction it takes.
You know what? The next time I do watch a subbed anime, I will try that.
Yeah.
I will try that. But lately, I haven't been watching much anime. It's either just Netflix series or I'm reading webtoons.
Mhm.
Do you read webtoons?
Um, I don't, but I know a lot of friends that do, and they've shown me some. I used to read a lot of books. Now I don't read a lot of books, but I would like to. But I used to read a lot of like comic books and stuff like that.
Oh wait, do you read any self help books?
I've read Atomic Habits, but I mean, besides that, I didn't really read any like self-help books. I have a bunch on my list though. I know when I get back to
Yeah.
America, I'm gonna probably start like reading them, checking them out. But I've read Atomic Habits that actually helped me reframe how I thought about things and about habits too. But but yeah, so far that's the only self-help book I've read.
I actually have Atomic Habits in my house. I haven't. It's just been on the shelf though. I haven't really read it like that.
Mm,
But right now, my sister's reading it, and she's finding it helpful. So I'm gonna give it a read. I have
yeah.
a recommendation for you.
Hmm.
There's this book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck.
Oh,
There's a
dude,
whole
I've heard
doc.
that book. I've heard about that book.
Yeah, there's a whole documentary on it on Netflix as well. Um, nah, it's a really good book. I didn't get to finish it though. You see, a person asked me if they could read it whilst I was reading it.
Hmm.
I was like, you know what? I'll just lend it to them, and I did, but I haven't asked back. Um, and I actually should because I don't think they have. No, 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 they had the time to actually complete it, but I don't know if they have actually read it. Because if they had and completed it, they'd have told me, "Yo, so this book." But no, that hasn't happened. So I'm actually gonna ask for it back and see.
Mm.
But I'm probably gonna have to start from the beginning because I forgot most of what I read. I didn't get that far into the book anyway, so it's not too bad. I'm still thinking about it, bro. The fifth thing. Hmm.
Maybe just think about something and then start connecting the dots from there and see where it leads you in thought. And then be like, oh, that.
It's not that hard. I'm just being picky is all. You know what I
Hmm.
mean?
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
get that.
being.
You want it to
I
be
want to
good.
say. You know what? I'm gonna say my sister. My older sister. She's probably eavesdropping on me. I see you got your earphones, but with me, the whole audio just coming out. I reckon she's been eavesdropping on us, but um, yeah, I'm grateful for my sister. She has sacrificed herself for me and my family, like so much of her life. We're like 6 years apart, but ever since I was like about I'd say 8, 9, 10. Ever since then, um, she's like played a major role in my family. Um, and I'm just really grateful for it. Even with me just working out in general, and any like just day-to-day issues that I have, I wouldn't go to my mom or anyone else. It's usually my sister. Um, my mom, I'm hella grateful for my mom. She's probably one of my favorite people in the world. You know what I mean? But just for understanding, you know what I mean? Just for general understanding, I would go to my sister. And this actually got me thinking about journaling. It's sort of like that. When I wanted to unload something, uh, she's the one. But you got me onto journaling, bro. Today's gonna be day 6.
That's good. That's good. Helps you organize your thought. Put down what you think of here on paper. Helps you look at it too.
Yeah, I actually have been reading my past ones. Obviously I haven't wrote much.
Hmm.
I'm only like 5 days in, but I'm just reading the previous days. I'm like, yeah, so this is what I was thinking about then. You do that often too?
Yeah, sometimes I go back and it's like it's crazy because you could almost capture like the memory, the thought process, and if you write well, even the emotion.
You're right. Would you say you journal, like, is it like a daily thing, or is it whenever, but you're pretty much consistent with it?
Yeah, I try being, but I'll be honest, I don't journal daily, but I always have like notes on my phone talking about like sort of just random blips of thought. I've also found a good trick too, is that because I know sleeping with your phone by your bedside, like it really like extends the duration it takes for me to fall asleep because I'm just on my phone. So what I do,
Mm.
well, back in America, is I put it like on the other side of my room, but then it's like, oh, I had a random idea for like a script or like a product or like just like a random thought. Like it's like, oh, I want to write it down. I have to go all the way to the other side of the room and grab the phone. So what I did now, literally, I like perfected this right before leaving, is I have like a small little notebook with a little flashlight that I have like a pen next to so I don't even have to go grab my phone and I just like write it down. So I do have like little snippets of thought. And also, I'm not gonna lie, Grechxr too is sort of like journaling because it helps me like just put out what I have in my mind like this time instead of on paper, it's like by video.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, you know what, I'm just thinking about it, your post right now. Sometimes it could feel like you talking to yourself,
Hmm.
like, or you expressing, like, you just expressing how, maybe not how you felt, but what you've been meaning to say.
Yeah.
Um, oh yeah, I actually done like a few vlogs,
Mm.
and that was all because of you.
Mm. Nice.
I asked myself, yeah.
No, I was saying good job.
Oh wow, good job. Okay, thank you. But um, the vlog bit, I was pushing myself once again. I was like, Grechxr, damn, he's actually talking to his audience. I'm like, you know what? Let me try that too. And I just done it, and just that's just another thing that I'm comfortable doing now.
Hmm.
But before, not so much now.
Mm. But I'm not gonna lie, talking on camera and being genuine is pretty hard. Especially, I remember
Yeah.
how I felt like when I started. It was so foreign. But I mean, now I'm more
Mm.
comfortable, but still, it's a little hard. But like you have to talk to the camera almost like it's your friend or someone that like is uninformed and you're trying to inform about something. Like there's a bunch of like tips and tricks and like mind like sort of reframes that helped me think about it differently, which made me better at it. But a lot of it comes down to practice too.
Okay, I have a question for you.
Hmm.
Have you ever like through your fitness journey, well, I guess whilst you were on your fitness journey, ever just saw yourself, and you see, before your fitness journey, you didn't really have many insecurities, but then once you actually got on your fitness journey and you're seeing everyone else who's also on
Hmm.
their fitness journey, like just just popular people,
Yeah.
usually usually bodybuilders, and you just compare yourself, and then you'd see like your weak spots. You know what I mean?
100%. Even the kids at my school. I mean, that's the thing. Comparison is a thief of joy. But that's also why, I mean, I chose calisthenics instead of bodybuilding because I want to be flexible. I want to be able to run. I want to be able to climb. But also, too, it's like, all right, you have bigger muscles than me. How many pull-ups can you do? Let's see you do a human flag. Let's see you like do like a
Yeah.
straddle planche. So it's like, but it's even out of that, like zooming out of that, like out of skills and strength. It's like you have to compare yourself against who you were, who you want to be, and who you are, not someone else.
Okay. Yeah, because with bodybuilding, it's more I mean, yeah, I get the strength aspect, but it's like aesthetics too. You know, when people are usually
Yeah.
doing calisthenics, they're not too fixated on the aesthetics bit. It's just the movements, whatever you're
Yeah.
doing,
Hmm.
unlocking that technique. Just yeah, I mean the progressions. That's really what you're focused on. But when you're actually bodybuilding, I mean, just going to the gym, just lifting weights, you're actually focused on the appearance, and because you're usually targeting a specific muscle, um, you could sometimes overtrain it,
Hmm.
um, and you're just really wary of how you look.
Yeah. It's
But
all
with
about that.
calisthenics, hmm?
I was saying like because it's literally just only about that. Because think about it too. If you fixate over the muscles, where are the other aspects like endurance, flexibility, agility, nimbleness, recovery too? Like it's a lot of like the issue about bodybuilding is that it's a lot about literally just how you look. But think about it too. How do you look? But you have to compare it to something. If you say this is how I look compared to like so you have to compare it either to someone that's like less or more than you. So it's a little I mean, I've done bodybuilding. I was even gonna compete in a show, but
Yeah,
the issue was that it was a little too much. Especially I didn't really like prep for it correctly. But I must admit bodybuilding is like very different than other things that teach you like skills and flexibility too.
you ever considered the possibility of you taking steroids?
Um I'll be honest, I've like maybe thought about it, but I've never given it like too much thought because especially it'd be such a drastic change from going from like never even taking protein powder or a protein shake and or
Oh yeah,
creatine to just jumping to like steroids.
I've
Dude,
had
but I know
yeah.
some people, I know some friends that from school, I've been on the wrestling team with some, and I have a friend that was in my class that they take steroids and they look crazy.
Damn. So you actually know people
Yeah.
that take steroids?
Yeah, yeah. I've wrestled with them
Ah,
and I've been in class with them too.
what's their take on it? Because you guys have had to have a talk about it. So, how do you say they take it? And like, how do they feel?
Um, I've never really talked directly about like the steroid usage, but it's
Oh,
like
okay.
I see it a little bit about how they act, about like the way they carry themselves too. It looks like a lot
Yeah.
of it is based, as I said, on comparison, on seeing what
Okay.
others are and seeing what they're not and wanting to be, and then using that to fill. So, mm, yeah, that's why too. It's hard to not get like compared to and compared from and wanting to compare because I mean it's human to do it, but you have to take it like sort of you have to detach yourself from it and
Mm-hmm.
instead of like putting all this value on being like, dude, look how crazy he is and look at me and seeing just this drastic gap. I mean, that's the thing too. They're different people, different bones, different muscles, different ways of thinking. I mean, outside of like even just steroids, it's like they're different people. So you can't be someone else because they want steroids to look like someone. But I mean, you are yourself. You can't look like someone else. You can only look like an imitation, your imitation of someone else. So why not just be yourself without needing any of these like enhancements?
Yo, yeah, she well spoken, you know.
Thank you. I try to be. I try to be. It's hard expressing the what I think, but I realize that words like sophisticated words and good sentences help me do it.
Okay, this one's a random one, but I'm kind of odd too. But your favorite snacks right now?
Mm. I gotta admit,
Yeah,
I'm in the Czech Republic, so um, a quick treat I like, something sugary, is called a makový koláč. And what it is, it's like a little round cake like this, and
yeah.
it's sort of almost like a pizza, but inside there's poppy seeds, black poppy seeds. That's like sugary. I really like that. And then something I like as salty here in the Czech Republic, it's probably they have this at like Lidl and Tesco. They have a little croissant with like a hot dog in it, and there's like melted cheese like on top, and they're like in the bakery section of the store. I really love those, dude. I go to the store and I fill up like the plastic bag and I like just eat it. Mm.
Now you know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of a corn dog, sort of.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that.
Would you say you're picky though in terms of food? Because I know a few people that are hella picky with food. They only like a few certain things, especially my little brother.
Um, Sometimes, I mean, I have standards. Like something wouldn't really like to eat is like tofu. I don't really like sushi. I like California rolls. Those are like decent. But I mean, I have like just stuff that I wouldn't really like personally eat, but it also depends on my hunger level too.
Okay. What about sour foods?
Sour foods, this is not really a food, but more of a drink, but I like lemonade. I like lemonade. So, um, but sour foods. Oh, actually, there is a sort of sour food.
Yeah.
It's something that my aunt makes here in the Czech Republic. It's a kolač. So kolač in Czech is a cake.
Yeah.
So it's like a berry cake, but it's like sort of like little, very tiny cranberries. So they're like sour. So the cake is like it has like the sugariness, but then when you bite
Yeah.
into it, you get like the little cranberries. So it's like a little sour. So that's something I like too.
I'm actually horrible when it comes to sour things. But other than that, I'm pretty much like I'm hella versatile with food. Um I have a like my cousin, bro. I'm gonna expose him right now. He does not like cheese. And cheese, like it's 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 a big thing to me. Cheese, you can have it in so many dishes,
It's very
but
versatile.
nah, he does not like cheese. What else does he not like? I don't know, but whenever we go out to eat as a family, um, him and my little brother, bro, there's something that they do not like, and I just find it funny and amusing because it's just crazy to me that someone cannot stand this type of food. But nah, it's just the taste buds. You can't blame them.
Hmm.
But my little brother's one is severe. Um, my little brother, apart from like desserts and some healthy foods, he's really picky. So in terms of the nutrition he's getting, he has I don't know many things available. I don't know what it is, but he's a really picky eater.
Hmm.
Most of what he has is like noodles, uh, waffles, or like toast. I don't know, but nah, it's just fascinating. But I hope he kind of grows out of it because he does need to have proper nutrition. I don't even know how we started talking about this, you know.
Seeing where the conversation takes us.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. You're probably gonna have to cut out a few bits of this podcast, you know.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I definitely gotta like snip some bits. I mean, because I like turned on the Wi-Fi, it like kicked me out, so it like brought me back to my home screen. But what I'll do is I'll like
Yeah.
transcribe the video and then I'll like cut it. And if I really want to, I'll transcribe the whole video, look through it, and do like transcript based editing, which is like easier to do.
So you like get the main bits and
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. And then I'd be like put them
okay.
together. I'd also probably make like an Instagram reel, like promoting it. I'll do like I'll look through
Okay.
the whole like transcript because it's much easier than like combing through the whole footage. Like we've been talking for an hour and 32 minutes. So it's much easier to have like the whole script, look at a highlight,
Yeah.
and then I make that into a reel and then it's like go see the full video.
Okay. Well, is there anything else you'd like to talk about? Anything, to be honest. Anything.
Um maybe to like wrap up like the podcast, maybe asking you you mentioned that like you started like vlogging, you were like started posting like online. Now, I'm
Mm-hmm.
not just saying this because I'm Grechxr, and I'm not just saying this just because of like personal branding, but I was wondering like, were you thinking of maybe making like an account online? Like, it's not for everyone. I understand that, but I'm just wondering because I see you have like the talent for it and like you have a good story to tell. A lot of people don't have good stories to tell.
I actually have. And there was actually a time you told me, when we were talking about just personal brands in general.
Hmm.
Um, you told me that I could make a whole nother account. No one has to know about it,
Yeah.
and I could just use it and just test the waters basically.
Hmm.
And I did actually consider it. And before you told me that, I was just generally thinking of doing that anyways. But no, after we spoke about it, I've been considering it more and more. And it's actually easier as well because the chances of people even finding it is pretty low. But once they do find it,
Yeah. I mean, like I'll be honest.
yeah,
Initially, they won't. But like, dude, Instagram's algorithm is crazy. It shows you people that like you met
I
like
know
fucking like a year ago.
exactly.
But
Yeah,
because in all honesty, one day it's bound to happen because you'll grow anyway. Someone will find it, but that's the thing too. Like, think about it too. They'll now see you already like fully into it. They won't like see like the messy
yeah,
start. And even if they do, like, so what? Like, think about it. Zoom out. Zoom out. Like, doesn't matter. Besides, if they're the type that would like not like it, well then they're not the type of people that you're making the content for. So,
you're right. I think yeah, you're right. One of the things that a lot of people probably struggle with is their audience
hmm.
is usually the people they know, and the people they know either don't really care about it or support whatever they're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why
Um,
also starting fresh gives you people who've never known you before. And guess what, too? You could reinvent yourself. You could be whoever you want to be. The videos you post tell the story of someone you can be, someone that you want to be. By controlling what you post to people who don't know you. Now think about it. If I never knew you and I see your video, that's who I think you are. Because I have nothing else to base my opinions about you on. So you could literally
you're
make
right.
a new identity. Be whoever you want. It's creative. It's your choice.
But I want to ask you
Hmm.
one one thing that has been on my mind about just personal branding. You see, with you, you've got a dream. You've got a goal. Um, but just for anyone who would want to start or who's just interested, is it like how could they start without an actual goal? Um, like should they first actually find a purpose for the because you were talking about having a niche as well in
Hmm.
on one of your posts, I think. I'm not sure.
Hmm.
So how
Yeah.
how does that work? Do you do you just start, or is it you find it as you're in the process of building your personal brand, or like how does it work?
So there's something that I really preach is that first step. You don't know what like to do, but in taking that first step, like if you always feel like you're missing something and you say, once I
Mm.
get this thing, I will start, I realize what you're missing is that first step. So what I think you should start with, this is like actionable, is start by documenting your life and also think about it too. You not having a goal, think about how relatable that is. Think about everyone that sees that, and they'll be like, dude, I don't know what to do. This guy's like me. That's relatable. So also,
Uh,
in your videos,
yeah.
talk about that. Tell your story. Say, I see everyone here with a goal, but I have no idea what to do. So I am
Okay.
going to start pursuing my goal. I'm starting to do things. Just go out, like do things, talk to people, start finding out what you like, what you don't like, cross things off your list, and like just like document that. Be like, okay, I did this. Like I'm seeing this. Oh, this maybe like is calling my name. If it works out, then good, then keep going with it. If not, you go back, you say, this might not be for me, and just talk about that. Tell your story. And like remember too, those people, they've never seen you before. You could reinvent yourself, whatever you want to do. Like just chase that. Talk about how you chase that. Say like I just don't know where to start. Like this is me starting, realizing that that first step is so important, and saying like, okay, I'm tired of waiting. I'm tired of waiting for that perfect moment. I'm deciding to start, and this is my perfect moment. And talk about how you have like you're sort of lost, but then do things to find what you like. So,
Okay. I have another question as well.
mhm.
You know, when you get an idea, then later realize it wasn't actually an original idea. You kind of thought of something, then thought of it, and it's from someone else. How do you really deal with it? Like, you're not actually trying to copy someone,
Mhm.
but at the same time, it can seem to other people that you just constantly copying unoriginal ideas. Like,
So, I might be botching it, but I heard this good expression. It's good artists copy, great artists steal. So, I think now I'm formulating my opinion about it like as we speak. But I think instead of stealing and copying, you're inspired from because think about it.
yeah,
Everything comes from something else. Everything's a copy of a copy. So just put your own spin to it. What I think is if you see something that you're inspired by, you write it down. You think about like how you could make it your own and like think about it too. Like like I've had comments about like the video that I filmed in New York about like bro is not Togi, but it's like first of all,
um,
he's not the only one that said it, but also it's like
yeah,
even if you do copy, like think about it, like that's also relatable because you can't always come up with original ideas that captivate the audience real quick and goes viral easily. Sometimes you have to see what works and do the same thing. But that's the thing. Think like you can't find your own voice unless you're ready to whisper, talk, and then raise it. I mean, like you have to start somewhere, and that somewhere is like it could come from copying. It could come from seeing someone else that does something right, and just be like, oh, I could do this, and I'll start doing that. And then like slowly you start putting your own spice, your own flair, your color, your own sound, your own taste. And then you're like, okay, you're mixing this, you're taking a little bit of this. Oh, this now. Now this is working. Now this is your tone, this is your vibe, and then this is your color. So, I mean, you're just finding what works for you and then just from there you just keep going. You keep going. And then you realize like when you look back and you're like, "Oh my God, like I've came so far and now I sort of know what to do now."
okay, you know what? That actually makes it more bearable because I've had times when I'm just thinking of me doing something similar to you, and I'm just picturing myself trying to think of what to do or what to base it around.
Mhm.
Um, it would obviously be about fitness, but I want to do if I did do something like building a personal brand. I don't want it to just be about fitness. I want it to be about something more too, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But thank you for that.
Of course.
I actually had another question, but I forgot.
Mm.
Just trying to remember.
Yeah. Take a pause, think about it. I'm here. I try to be open, you know. And if there's stuff I don't know, I'm going to
Yeah,
learn it too. Like also what I said, like,
yeah.
dude, I'm doing this right now. Like this is advice that should be told as back to me. Like I'm just thinking about like what would make like what would I want to hear, what would make sense, and what I have experience and what I know works.
Ah, yeah, it is not coming back to me.
Was it about personal branding?
Yeah. I was gonna ask for one more piece of advice. Yeah, if I do remember, I'll mention it. But what were you planning to do after this anyway? Like after editing and everything.
Oh, yeah. I plan to go for a bike ride. What time is it? It's oh, so it's 11:30. It's 11:13. Ah,
So you
that's not that bad.
cutting out. I can't hear you.
I was saying that I'm a maybe go for a late night bike ride, but I just checked the time and it's 11:13. But I do have a plan on what I'll do.
Did you say you're gonna go for a bike run?
A bike ride. Yeah, yeah,
Oh, sorry, not bike run. What am I saying?
yeah.
Bike ride. You go for late bike rides.
Yeah. Especially the air is fresh at night. There's no sun, so it's dude, riding down the hill, I'm not gonna lie, especially there's no cars. Sometimes I literally just go on the road, I go
Yeah.
all the way up on the hill, and I can just go down on my bike just like this. And I feel the wind, I feel it through my hands, you know, just all around me, and it's almost like I'm flying.
Wait, do you only wait, I seen you drive. You can ride a bike. What else? Or
I
is
have
that?
the moped too.
Oh yeah. What about have you been any form of skating, ice skating, roller
Yep.
skating, or just even?
I know how to skate, I know how to ice skate. I could skateboard. A little bit.
Ah, okay.
Dude, I still have the scars on my nut. Yeah, actually no. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's on my knuckles. That like when I went down when I went down
Yeah.
the school the school hill, I got speed wobble and then I fell.
Anyone catch you?
Nah, the pavement did.
Oh my god, you actually just remind me of an embarrassing it happened really long. It's nothing related to skating, but you wanna hear it?
Hmm.
I was outside this mosque. You know I don't know what they are. They're just little poles. Do you ever just like jump over them like a frog?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Just literally I was doing that, but this one was kind of pointy. It caught onto my it caught onto my trousers and it actually tore my trousers. So yeah, I was dangling upside down. It still latched onto it, and me trying to get off ripped it more. And you could like see part of my underwear, like it was ripped bad. And I walked all the way home from the mosque. But yeah, um, but luckily there weren't many people around. It wasn't too bad. There weren't many people around. My friend was with me, and he was just having a laugh. I lost a lot of aura that day. I made it up. I made it up though. The next day, I reattempted it, and yeah, I got it.
Nice.
Mm, you know, considering this is our first time actually talking,
Mm.
it's I'd say it's gone smooth. I mean not the best, but it sounds smooth. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's natural. It's natural conversation. That's sort of how you speak easy. It's just talking to people, just seeing it where it goes, letting other people talk and just listening.
I no longer actually have anything to say apart from that thing I was actually going to ask you, but I cannot remember it. I think if I do remember it, I'll just message you
Yeah,
and ask you.
message me.
But
Maybe sleep with a notebook and a pen next to your bed.
you don't need that no more. We'll have to do wipe off to the next app and write it down on my notes. But oh yeah, I was gonna say, with the whole editing this and everything,
Hmm.
um, you don't have to actually like you can take your time. So uh, obviously normally I personally feel like I have to edit whatever I do on that day, but this is actually a long recording as well. So yeah, I was just gonna say you can take your time with sharing this and just editing in general, so you don't gotta stress yourself over it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was gonna say this might put a little time to like put this out, especially like the long form YouTube video. But once I have it,
Yeah.
it'll because yeah, I have to put this into CapCut on my phone, transcribe, like go in through, and then I'll put it on YouTube. But once I have it on YouTube, then the edit is much easier because I'll be able to like just go on the YouTube and then screen record it and then like find the clips. Especially too, once it's on YouTube, because of like
Mm,
captions on YouTube, I don't even have to use the transcript because you know when you go into like on YouTube, you click the description, you see transcript. I could just search up for what we're saying, like from the script that
mm.
I want to say. Boom, brings me to the timestamp, screen record it, then we got the edit.
Okay, yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. But yeah, thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you, bro.
I
Of course.
appreciate it.
Yeah. It's good finally like just like talking to you like just like in person. It's crazy that like dude, this is crazy too. Like a story where like yo, we met online and now we're like talking and like think about the character development within a few years. Like how
Bro, the time, but again, they cut out, bro. I literally after imagine a few years, I couldn't hear anything after that.
Oh shit. Can you hear me now? I think my
Yeah,
earbuds died.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right. No, but I was saying, I was like, dude, like think about the character development within a few years, like from us meeting online to now talking, and like where you are going, where you went, and like where I'm going, where like with the personal branding, it's like it's crazy.
It is. I think we're probably going to be in touch for a long time.
Oh yeah, no, for serious. And then one day we'll meet IRL for sure.
Yes, looking forward to that one.
That's gonna be crazy. You got to show me that gym where you work out with the orange bars.
What?
You know the calisthenics gym where you work out outside, or is it yellow?
Oh, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I will, bro. I go to a few parks as well. I've been exploring, and nah, it's crazy. Like different parks just have different vibes, and having these parks to go to is another thing that helps me be consistent. Because with some people, they usually only have one place to do whatever it is they want to do.
Mm,
But when you actually look for a few other places, um, you can you can have different attachments with them. So one
yeah,
place is really remote, so there's barely anyone there. And my friend actually helped me find that spot. And I would just go there if I want a really chill session. I'm not trying to record much. I'm just trying to be in the moment, you know what I mean? Just be in the
100%.
moment, just chill and work out. And then there's other spots, more public parks. I would go there. And I'd usually go there when I'm trying something new as well. I don't know, but it's just really good to have all these parks to go to.
Mm.
But you know what? Um, one day I should actually travel to you, and
That would be crazy.
you gotta take me out on those to those abandoned buildings, man.
Yeah, dude, for sure. That's crazy. We'll definitely hit up some spots, dude. We could go to New York. It's an hour train away.
That's crazy. But yeah, thanks again.
Of course, man.
So take care, yeah.
All right, bet. And thank you, bro. Thank you.